The problems of Nigeria are not from the north, south, east, or west. They are not from our differences in tribe, culture, or social orientations. The problems are from the 201 million Nigerians that have continued to tolerate, endure, and be silent to the gross misrule by the less than 10,000 persons to whom we entrusted our commonwealth. Our long silence as a people to those that continue to disrespect and disregard our constitution, where it is clearly stated that the primary purpose of government shall be the security and welfare of the people. Fellow Nigerians, with the current business of kidnapping for ransom in Nigeria, many of our roads are no longer passable. Our compatriots, rich and poor, have been tortured and killed in the process. Sadly, after the arrest of some of the kidnappers, we no longer hear anything about them. Some of them are released after bribe has been allegedly paid. Some of the kidnappers are coming from Niger, from Mali, from Chad, anywhere, everywhere. Any serious government with a focused agenda on development and security should be able to end kidnapping within the shortest period. Fellow Nigerians, we must not forget that kidnapping was introduced into Nigeria by Muhammadu Buhari in 1984. He employed a network to hatch a kidnap plan in the United Kingdom, in case you forgot, or in case you were not born by then. So for kidnapping to stop in Nigeria, Buhari must employ the same tactics, communication network, intelligence, and resources which he employed in 1984. If he does not do that, then he's not being sincere about ending kidnapping in Nigeria. Let's go back to history. After Buhari's military coup that overthrew the regime of Shehu Shagari in 1983, Shagari's former Minister of Transportation, Umaru Dikko, escaped to the United Kingdom, just the same way that Diezani Alison Madweke, former Minister for Petroleum under Jonathan Goodluck, escaped to the United Kingdom after Buhari won election in 2015. Shehu Shagari appointed his brother-in-law, Umaru Dikko, as Minister of Transportation between 1979 and 1983. Just the same way Buhari appointed his engineer Suleiman Adamu as Minister of Water Resources. Minister Dikko was alleged to have been involved in corrupt practices involving the distribution of rice. When Buhari came into office, Dikko dressed like a priest and escaped from Nigeria to the United Kingdom, just as the late governor of Bayelsa State, Dapri Alame Sega, escaped from London to Nigeria dressed like a woman. On the 5th day of July, 1984, Buhari sent a squad of kidnappers to London to kidnap Umaru Dikko. He was kidnapped outside his London estate. Coincidentally, when Dikko was being whisked, his personal secretary, Elizabeth Hayes, cited the action and alerted the Scotland Yard police, who quickly sent messages to all boarders. Dikko was already packaged as a cargo in a shipping crate measuring 4.5 feet by 5.5 feet and driven to the Stansted airport with the plan of flying him straight to Lagos. The crate was addressed to the External Affairs Ministry in Lagos from the Nigerian High Commission in London. A Nigerian Airways Boeing 707 was already on standby to fly Dikko to Lagos. The British police stormed the airport through an information they received from the Customs Department of the airport because there were 2 technical flaws in the crate with which they wanted to fly Dikko. By understanding of Article 27 of the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations, bags are not usually searched if it's coming from embassies or being sent by embassies. So, how did the kidnap plan fail? Firstly, there was no official courier accompanying the crate as traditionally done. Secondly, the crate was not marked as a diplomatic bag. This aroused the suspicion of the custom officers who requested that the crate should be opened. After initial arguments with the Nigerian embassy staff, the box was eventually opened. Lo and behold, Umaru Dikko was there, breathing between life and death. 3 of Dikko's kidnappers also hid themselves in the crates to be flown with Dikko to Lagos. That was how the attempt by Muhammadu Buhari to kidnap Umaru Dikko failed in 1984. That was the first time we officially heard about kidnapping in Nigeria. The Nigerian kidnap team was reportedly led by ex-Major Mohammed Yusufu, and the kidnap planning was done from the Nigerian High Commission in London. 17 persons were later involved and arrested as complicit in the kidnapping. That is, 17 persons were involved in the whole planning process. So 4 of them were eventually convicted and jailed. One was a Nigerian diplomat and former army officer, and the other kidnappers were foreigners, just as we have foreign kidnappers in Nigeria today. The same tactics. They were Israelis, believed to be members of the Mossad, which is the Israeli intelligence agency. One of the Israeli kidnappers was a physician, Dr. Levi Ariel Shapiro. He was the one that injected the anesthesia that was put on Dikko. He boxed himself also in the same crate with Dikko so that he could monitor him during the flight to Lagos. So they were jailed for between 10 and 14 years. Major Yusuf, Dr. Shapiro, and the other 2 Israelis, Alexander Barak and Felix Abito. So as a way of retaliating the British government, the military government of Buhari arrested and jailed 2 expert British engineers in Nigeria. As a result of the kidnap attempt, diplomatic relations between Nigeria and Britain was suspended for 2 years. So Dikko returned to Nigeria in the 1990s, and he joined the People's Democratic Party, where he later chaired the disciplinary committee of President Jonathan Goodluck. You know that in Nigeria, positions are usually given to people that have stolen from the system. Just the way you have these new ministers and legislators that have corrupt cases in court, that to make laws for you and me. People that have stolen, but they compromise, they join the ruling party, and their sins are forgiven, to use the words of Adam Soshomole. So that is the situation. So years after, Dikko later traveled to London for medical treatment, just as Buhari and most of our politicians usually do. And Dikko died on the 1st day of July 2014 in London from an undisclosed illness. Though he was said to have been 78 years at the time of his death, just like Buhari and Ahmed Tinubu, Umaru Dikko's true age was not clear because of different biographical sources. I still don't understand why they remove history from our school curriculum. These are history that this is the kind of history our children should know. Anyhow, we appreciate the various efforts made by the members of our security forces who have risked their lives by busting into kidnappers' dens, freeing suspects, and arresting the kidnappers. In other cases, they use superior networking to arrest the kidnappers. If Nigerian police want to work, they really work. But they always need motivation. If you report a kidnapped victim, before they will move, you must pay. Sad. Sad. So if the government of Nigeria is truly serious about addressing the menace of kidnapping in Nigeria, they should publish the full names and photographs of kidnappers that have been arrested and prosecuted. Let Nigerians see those lists and their photographs. That is the only way we can believe that the government is serious. If this cannot be done, then your guess is as good as mine. Many of the kidnappers have been released. If not, why do you hear and read about kidnappers being regularly arrested, but their numbers are increasing steadily? Muhammadu Buhari has the answer. Thank you.